Welcome back to the channel. Next, car lunch. Before we talk about power, payload, or fuel economy, let's talk about the cost many pickup buyers forget to calculate: insurance. Because if the 2027 BYD Shark 6 enters the American market at the right price, its insurance, hybrid fuel savings, and long-term running costs could make it a very interesting alternative to traditional American pickups. But there's one big question: can a Chinese plug-in hybrid pickup actually make financial sense for an American business owner? Let's find out. For American buyers, insurance could be one of the biggest question marks surrounding the 2027 BYD Shark 6. Since this pickup would be a relatively new and uncommon vehicle in the United States, insurance companies may initially price coverage differently from mainstream trucks such as the Ford Ranger. The final premium would depend heavily on the insurer, driver history, location, coverage level, repair costs, and whether BYD establishes a strong American parts and service network. For a small business owner, that matters. A cheap pickup with expensive insurance is not really cheap to own. On the other hand, if BYD can establish competitive repair costs, widely available parts, and a strong dealer network, the Shark 6 could become much more attractive. For now, American buyers should treat insurance pricing as an estimate rather than a confirmed number. And that brings us to the price. If BYD eventually brings a comparable Shark 6 configuration to the United States, an estimated American market price could potentially land somewhere around the $45,000 to $55,000 range, depending on taxes, tariffs, equipment, and final specifications. That is only an estimate, not an official US MSRP. For Japan, imported pricing could be considerably higher because of shipping, taxes, certification, and import costs. A rough estimate could place an imported Shark 6 around the equivalent of $45,000 to $60,000 US. Again, actual Japanese pricing would depend on whether BYD officially sells the pickup there, and which version is offered. For American export market buyers in the Middle East and other regions, pricing could vary significantly. Shipping distance, local taxes, registration, and dealer margins can change the final number dramatically. Now let's talk about the reason this pickup is getting attention: its plug-in hybrid powertrain. Instead of depending completely on gasoline, the Shark 6 combines a gasoline engine with electric drive. For short daily trips, the electric side can potentially reduce gasoline consumption significantly, especially if the battery is charged regularly. That makes a big difference for people who drive around town every day for deliveries, construction jobs, service calls, or small business operations. Real-world fuel economy will depend on driving style, weather, load, battery charging, and how often you use electric power. But the basic idea is simple: charge at home or at a suitable charging point, use electric power for shorter trips, and let the gasoline engine handle longer journeys. That can reduce fuel spending compared with a conventional gasoline pickup, particularly for drivers who return home every night and can recharge regularly. For a business owner driving hundreds of miles every week, even a modest reduction in gasoline consumption can become meaningful over several years. Maintenance is another important part of the ownership equation. Traditional pickups have engines, transmissions, exhaust systems, and many mechanical components that require regular servicing. A plug-in hybrid adds battery and electric drive technology, but electric motors generally have fewer moving parts than a traditional combustion drivetrain. The bigger question in America will be parts availability and technician support. This is where BYD needs to prove itself. If the Shark 6 gets official American distribution, strong parts inventory, trained technicians, and widespread service support, ownership becomes much easier to justify. If parts have to be imported individually, waiting times could become a serious concern for commercial users. That also connects directly to resale value. A pickup with a strong dealer network, proven reliability, easy financing, and readily available parts usually has a better chance of holding its value. But because a Shark 6 would be unfamiliar to many American buyers, depreciation could initially be higher than established American brands. For a business owner, that means you should look beyond the purchase price. Calculate insurance, financing, fuel, maintenance, tires, charging, downtime, and expected resale value. That is the real cost of ownership. Now let's talk about driving. In the city, the Shark 6 could make a lot of sense. Electric assistance can provide smooth acceleration from a stop, which is useful in traffic. You get quick response when pulling away from intersections, and the hybrid system can reduce gasoline used during repeated stop-and-go driving. For narrow American streets, parking areas, shopping districts, and busy commercial zones, a mid-size pickup can also be easier to manage than a huge full-size truck. On the highway, the Shark 6 is designed to provide a more comfortable long-distance experience while still giving you the practicality of a pickup. The electric system can assist acceleration, while the gasoline engine provides additional range for longer journeys. For American road trips, regional deliveries, and highway business travel, that combination could be more convenient than relying entirely on battery power. And then there is the cargo bed. For small contractors, delivery businesses, outdoor workers, landscapers, and everyday owners, the pickup bed remains one of the biggest advantages. You can carry tools, equipment, supplies, camping gear, or weekend cargo without putting everything inside the cabin. It also makes the Shark 6 useful as a daily vehicle. During the week, it can work for business. On weekends, it can become a family or adventure vehicle. Now compare that idea with something like the Ford Ranger. The Ranger has a huge advantage in America: brand recognition, established dealerships, known resale behavior, and a mature parts network. But the Shark 6 has a different value proposition. Its plug-in hybrid approach could potentially deliver lower fuel costs for drivers who regularly charge the vehicle, while still offering gasoline range for longer trips. So the question isn't simply which pickup is more powerful. The bigger question is which pickup costs less to live with. If BYD can deliver competitive insurance, reasonable service costs, strong parts availability, reliable battery performance, and good resale support, the Shark 6 could become a very interesting option for value-focused American buyers. For commercial users, every dollar matters. Saving money on fuel every week, reducing routine operating costs, and having a pickup that can handle both city driving and business work can add up quickly. But there is still one major unknown: the American market. Until official US pricing, specifications, warranty details, insurance data, parts distribution, and service coverage are confirmed, buyers should consider the numbers we discussed today as estimates. Still, the idea is fascinating. A mid-size plug-in hybrid pickup with electric driving capability, gasoline range, practical cargo space, and potentially lower daily fuel costs could challenge the traditional pickup formula. The 2027 BYD Shark may 6 not need to beat every American truck in every category. It simply needs to offer enough value to make buyers look twice. And if BYD gets the price, warranty, insurance, parts, and service network right, this could be one of the more interesting pickup stories to watch in the American market. What do you think? Would you choose a plug-in hybrid BYD Shark 6 over a traditional American pickup if the total ownership cost was significantly lower? Let us know your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, hit the like button, subscribe to Next Car Lunch, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future car reviews, new pickup updates, prices, and automotive news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.